Alright, let's get started on our next high school exit exam review. Some important things to remember. Always make sure you read the question and then go back and read the question again. If it's a word problem, underline what the question is asking and all numbers. If it is a word problem, circle all math terms and vocabulary. Most importantly, use logic. Does your answer make sense? If it's a graph, try plugging in a point on the line or a point in the shaded region into the equation. And if you don't know how to solve a problem, can the answers be plugged into the question? So let's take a look at the first one. So as we do these problems, we're going to talk a lot about test-taking strategies. So whenever you have a set of parentheses next to each other, that means we're going to multiply. And so we're going to just start by multiplying the first term. So we're going to go 5 times 8. And 5 times 8 is 40. So one of the important things about taking the high school exit exam is to realize that this little piece of information you just figured out, 5 times 8 is 40, that means that A is not an answer, and that means that B is not an answer. So now you've narrowed your choices down to 50-50. So now let's look at the next part. A cubed times A. And so A cubed times A simply just means you have 3 A's times another A. So how many total A's do you have? So we have 4. So I'm going to write it down here. So now we have 40 A to the 4th. And again, if you look at your possible choices, right now there's only one possible choice because we have A to the 4th and they have A to the 3rd. So more than likely D is the correct answer. But let's go ahead and finish the rest. So just like before, this one has 2 B's, this one has 4 B's, and so that would be B to the 6th. And the last one, this is C, so we have 1, 2, so it would be C squared, which matches D perfectly. So the correct answer is D. So before you start 2A, you want to make sure you go back and do 1B on your own. Alright, 2A, which expression is equal to 16A squared? And then we have this symbol. Well, this symbol here is the square root symbol. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of 16 and also the square root of A squared. So like in the last problem, if you know the square root of 16 is 4, and you look at your possible choices, you've just narrowed your choices down to 2. So now the question is, why is the square root of 16 4? The square root of 16 means what number times itself equals the inside. So what number times itself equals 16? Well, that's 4 times 4. So the square root of 16 is equal to 4. Alright, so now A squared. What times what is going to give us A squared? So A times A, because we have an exponent of 1, 1 and 1 makes 2, so it would have to be B. Try 2B on your own. Alright, let's look at 3A. Which of the following is the graph of y equals 1/4 x squared? So what we're going to start is, we're going to start by looking at this x squared. So whenever we have an x squared, the graph is either going to be a parabola going up, or it could be a parabola going down. So as you look at these shapes over here, the only possible choice is either A or B. So we can get rid of C, we can get rid of D, because those are just straight lines. So now, what makes a parabola go up and what makes a parabola go down? A positive will make the parabola go up, and a negative will make the parabola go down. So since this is a positive 1/4, that means our graph has to go up. So that means A is the answer. So now try 3B on your own. Try to use the same logic that we used for 3A. 4A, which of the following could be the graph of y equals x squared? So this is like we just talked about in the last problem. Whenever you see an x squared, you want to think of parabola. So it's not A, it's not C, it's not B. The only answer that makes sense is D. Now before we leave, a couple things to look at. Y equals x will make a line going like this. Y equals x squared will make a parabola. Y equals x cubed will make this cubic function. So one side going up, one side going down. And B is kind of a unique one that you really don't have to worry about on the X exam. But this is y equals the absolute value of x. It's still good to know. So now try 4B. Use your test taking strategies.